Hey guys, myself, Bailey Booker, and Ryan Lomski are going to present Bill Jones' funeral plans to you guys.
His life in Central Florida in the Lakeland area. His life's work was his art. He got fortunate enough to be displayed in museums and every once in a while had his own art shows for people to view and purchase his artwork. He loved his family and he chose to have a celebration instead of a more down end of life ceremony. His favorite thing to do outside of painting was scuba diving because he loved the coral reefs and the artwork underwater. His favorite place to scuba dive was Jenny Springs, so that's where we are going to be gathering. And he chose to be cremated after he passed.
All right, so now we want to talk about the setting that we'll have at Bill's celebration of life. So, like we already said, it's going to be at Guinea Springs, and we will rent out one of the pavilions there that they have available for customers. Um, they cap the pavilion space at 40 attendees, so only his closest family and friends will be in attendance, and that's just the way he wanted it. Um, when people enter the pavilion, there will be a canvas set up, one large canvas for everyone who is there to sign their name, give it that artistic flair that Bill would have wanted. The pavilion will be decorated with varying floral arrangements containing orange blossoms other than the natural surroundings that are at Guinea Springs. We chose to decorate with orange blossoms because, Bill spent his entire life in Florida where, he loved living there. And orange blossom is the state flower of Florida.
So on the display table, we'll have his urn. We chose to have like a underwater view because he loves scuba diving on the urn. And then on the original artworks that he had will be displayed on the table. And as like a memento for the family to remember him by, we're going to give mini portfolios of his works to each member that participates so that they have something that they can take home and remember him in his happiest moments. We are also asking everyone to wear pearl white as it is the symbol color for lung cancer. And we'll be handing out ribbons for everyone to wear.
When selecting the music for Bill's funeral, we wanted to make sure that we chose music that honored Bill well, but that wasn't too sad because he did want it to be more of a celebration. So we chose some pretty, um, you know. So with that being said, we chose the Lord's Prayer as the opening piece because this is a very common opening piece that people choose for their funerals, and it's also a pretty easy song. It's really peaceful, and we'll just let people ease into the ceremony, and it's a good reminder of why everyone's there. For the middle piece, we chose It Is Not Death to Die. This is another common funeral song, and we thought it was very fitting for Bill because his spirit is going to live on forever through his artwork. As our exit piece, we chose Forever Young. Again, this was just a perfect song for Bill's funeral because Bill just had a young artistic spirit. And again, his spirit is always going to live on through his art. He passed away at a rather young age, and that young energy in his art is what is going to live on past the end of his life. Now we're going to show you guys some short clips of each of these songs.
Only is your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is. Death to die, to leave this weary road, and join the saints who dwell on high, who found their home with God. It is not death to close the eyes long dimmed by tears. And the sunshine and happiness around you when you found home. And may you grow to be proud, dignified and true.
So for the overall timeline of the event, well, at the beginning, obviously, we'll have the guests come in and they can sign their name, mingle a little bit, and then they can then we're going to ask Bill's wife to come up and share some stories about Bill. Towards the middle of the ceremony, we're going to have his son come up and talk about his dad and then help explain some of his artwork and why it's so meaningful to people. And then really explain how he lives on through it. And then after his son comes up, we're going to have somebody walk around and hand out those little portfolios we mentioned earlier so that people can have something to take home and remember him by even after the ceremony. And then after they're all passed out, we'll have Death to Die be played. And at the end, any guests that want to come up to the front will be allowed to share their memories or favorite moments or funny stories with Bill and his life. And then then Forever Young will be playing. I don't know why it says I'll Be Missing You. His favorite song. And then guests will be allowed to and encouraged to spend time remembering Bill with a day at the Springs, going down the river, diving down